I'm here at the Balle au Bon, which is a boat located near the Académie Française, so just a stone's throw from the guard dog of the French language. And I'm joined by Anthony Lacoudre, who's written a book about the English language. It's called The Incredible History of French Words in English, or How Anglophones Speak French Without Knowing It. Now, we tend to say that English is a hybrid language with roots in German and in Latin, but you disagree with that. You say that half of English words actually come from French. You're talking about 25,000 words. Tell us a little bit about how this happened. What's the history behind this?
The linguistic invasion, let's say, started in 1066 when William, Duke of Normandy, invaded England. At that time, people in the fields and Harold, the king, the aristocracy, spoke Old English, and Old English was a Germanic language entirely. And William spoke Norman, but at that time Norman was basically French with a strong accent. And so French became the official language of England. Among the very first words that were brought in by the Normans, if you want, you find words like art, cardinal, crime, cousin, prison, age,
so basic
cruel.
Everyday words.
Yeah, everyday word, table, everyday words.
You mentioned this example, car, which is the English word for a vehicle,
Yeah.
which comes from the French word char, but there's something about the pronunciation.
Yeah,
is that right?
exactly. We just mentioned that the Normans spoke French with a strong accent, and one of the characteristics of this accent was that the French letters ch, pronounced ch in Paris, were pronounced que in Normandy. So just to give an idea, during the Middle Ages, 10,000 French words were incorporated into Old English. And then during the Renaissance, we have even more than that, 12,000. And one author who contributed massively to the imports of French vocabulary was William Shakespeare. So he introduced words like pedant, obscene, monumental, or bandit, or frugal, you know. And most people thought they were inventions, but they were not inventions. They were clearly French imports.
And you have some everyday examples as well. In fact, you have a Facebook page where you put snapshots of everyday examples. So this is actually a sign. It's written in English, but you say a lot of these words actually come from French. So no
Yes.
trespassing, postal employees only, do not enter.
Absolutely. Trespassing, postal employees enter are French. Trépasser, postal, employé, entre. And only no and only and do are Germanic origin. So yeah, it's a good example.
So many words in English come from French.
Yes.
Does that mean that English is a more sophisticated language?
Yeah, some could argue that. And indeed, there are more words in English than in French. And one of the reasons for that being that you have a coexistence into the English language between words of Germanic origin and French words. For instance, you can say shy and timid. You can say big and immense or monumental. You know, and so thanks to this coexistence, you have a richness of vocabulary in English that is unique.
So I guess English speakers should thank French speakers for their language?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much, Anthony Lacoudre. Merci. And just to remind you, this is his book, The Incredible History of French Words in English by Anthony Lacoudre. Thank you so much.
Thank you.